What's going on, Dan? Finally got some time to sit down and do some charting and stuff, so I'm trying to make this look a little quick little video. But I'm on the USD JPY, starting off on the daily chart. And yeah, like I said, I definitely took a lot from what you had to say about my last video. And going back and like looking at that chart the other day, I mean, that thing was an absolute mess. It looked like somebody had just thrown a bunch of spaghetti noodles at the screen and just stuck. So that you are very right. It was very overly powered with trend lines. So I'm going to try to reduce that down. Obviously, if there's a good one that I see, I might put it. But if it's just going to be things all over the place, then there's really nothing, no point for me to do it. So, but yeah. So here we go. So obviously, obviously, I see this right here. I like that it's bouncing off those a lot. It is kind of cutting through, but I see this as well, but I feel like I'm forcing that right there because if I have to, I got to push it down to make it look like it's not really cutting through anything. At here, you know, hmm. With this, it's already broken through that trend line pretty heavily. So I'm going to probably remove that and go with my original of from up here to across those, across that one right here at the top or in the middle, sorry, and then through. So it's obviously broken at that one point right there. And I like how it's got these two right here. This one's hitting. It's got these couple right here that are almost there, and then it does break through right here. Comes back and just kind of does slice right through it. So it doesn't really, like, I wouldn't say test it again because it just kept breaking it. But I want to think it's going to come down here, retest it, and come back up. So let's get my other one going. So if I go the long route, same thing. I can go there. I like this because right off the rip, you're almost getting 3 retests, big retest. And like I said, it is cutting through yet again, but I feel like this is pretty solid right here. I think if I'm coming off these, like I said, it is cutting. It just broke through, came back, but then it retested again. So I want to think that it's a pretty solid trend line. And then almost did again. And then, like I said, if I'm correct, hopefully, I believe that it's going to come down to around this point, retest both these trend lines, and hopefully go up from there. So let me see if I can find a zone. And I'm trying to narrow it, bring it down a little smaller. So let's do this. I feel like it's still a pretty big zone, but I feel like I have quite a bit on it, and you can see it's kind of at the top of this one. So if this is where it's coming down to, I feel confident with that. Like I said, it is still a little big for the reality of it all. So let's try this. Let's scoop it in then. So let's do that. I'll do that right there. And let's back this up. Let's try to fib this. I'll try to go from this last point. I don't think I'm going to get anything off of that. Yeah, nothing came because obviously it didn't. It got me right here off that 61.8, but obviously it did not go anywhere near the. If I'm going off this top right here, it's not getting me anywhere near the take profit up there at the negative 23.6. So I'm not really liking this too much. Unless I go here. No, still nothing. That's obviously nothing I was looking at. Oh, sorry. This does work right here. It's going kind of opposite. So bouncing off the 61.8, pretty solid. Comes down, does hit the take profit right there, the 23.6. So I want to think I'm going to keep that fib there. Sorry, my dogs are being annoying. Not really getting any good fibs off this. I'm going to try this one. Everything just wants to go blazing by or gap it out. So that's a good one right there, I think. And I like this right here, actually. Comes down, bounces off that 61.8, comes up, hits the profit target. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. And if it is able to continue to come down, back down to the 61.8 to retest this area right here, I think that would be a pretty solid move. And I'm pretty dead set on that. I guess let me drop down to the 4-hour chart. Actually, let me go back real quick and move some of these. I do not need the 78.6. I do need the 50. Okay, so we'll just keep those. As of right now, we'll keep all of these at the moment. So let's go to the 4-hour chart. Let's see what that's got for us. If I can get some more stuff with it. I'm just messing around here. I'm not going to leave these on. Yeah. I feel like I could put another little zone right here because it's coming up here, breaking through. It's kind of stopping. So I think this zone is pretty solid. That's where it's at. I'm not really seeing any other good trend lines that aren't really like just cutting through everything. You know, I feel like I could put one right here, but at the same time, I mean, I already have this, you know. So I feel pretty good about that. Let me see if maybe another fib. I don't really think there's another fib that's really worth it. No, it's not. That's nothing. Okay. So, back this up. Yeah, I think this is a pretty solid trade right here. I would obviously buy. Going back to the daily to probably look for profit targets. I'd probably just aim right back up here at the negative 23.6. There's a lot of stops right here, so I want to think it will hit, retrace back up, and maybe just continue to go. So I can probably hold for some longer term stuff if I'd like to. So I'm looking long here, and I think that's the route I want to go with this. So the one thing I have looked at, and this is why I'm kind of second guessing myself just a little bit, is that if I go closer in kind of stuff, I can trend line here, if I can get this thing to work. Trend line here. And obviously that's, that's the most recent stuff. So that's kind of, now it's got me a little nervous. Maybe it wants to test this trend line instead of this one. It's at the 50. 61.8 sitting on the 50, but that's well below, so it would have to break through that trend line. You can see it tops these two right here, and so you're talking, that's 1, 2, 3 points right there, all on the same trend line. Back out of this and see. Let's remove this real quick. Trying to do this in the time. About to run out. No. See, it already broke that. Now this, so, no, I don't like that. I'm liking the other one better still. So let's try one more time. See if there's anything. You'd have to go all the way down here, and you're just capping it right off. There's no point. And if you do this, like I said, it's already broken it. It's still within, so it could go back up, but I feel that it's gonna break through here and sit. So I'm gonna go with my original plan. I think the original plan will work out better for me. I feel that I have more confluence with that. So yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna run with. Yep, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm sticking to it, sticking to my guns. So I feel that it's gonna come down. I feel like it's gonna retrace all the way back down to the 61.8. It's basically right there at 110 exactly almost. I think it's going to retest both of these trend lines at the same time, so it's going to bounce off this one, go up, bounce off this one, go up, and I'm going to be looking for take profits right here. Stop loss would be probably would do it right here, just right here at the bottom of this little thing I have going on, and